See, a new video. I'm.
Hey, hey, nice beard, man.
Yeah, and I've had a makeup today, so I'm white.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. How do you maintain all that hair off your beard, man?
I don't know. I don't do anything really. It is like this all the time.
I think you just have to watch out if like you're eating spaghetti or something with a lot of sauce, you know?
Oh yeah, well, like soup is the worst. Soup is fucking impossible to eat with this. I have to speak like this all the time, like.
Yeah, almost.
But
Like,
yeah.
that's
It's
hilarious.
a technique.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think I have long hair too, and one of the things I hate the most is ketchup in your hair. It's
Oh
like
yeah.
the hardest shit to get out of your hair.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Well, hey,
It's,
Chris, thank you so much for making time today. I'm happy Nuclear Blast has helped us to line this up. And it's, I'm really happy because before I knew I was going to be able to interview, I was already a big fan of Majestica.
oh really?
I
Awesome.
was a big
Cool.
fan. And the thing is, I was trying to reach you guys through like Instagram and stuff. And I didn't have much luck. And then I was like, and then Marcus messaged me. He's like, "Oh, I got Majestica available." I was like, "Are you serious? Like, hell yeah!"
Oh fuck! So you wrote to us on Instagram because it's me handling the Instagram.
I think I did. Yeah, I don't think I got a reply yet, but it's okay. It's okay.
Oh fuck, man, that's shit.
Nope, I'm nobody famous, so don't worry. Well, hey,
Okay.
Chris, I appreciate you making time for me today. I'm so excited to dive in to the new album, A Christmas Carol. I love a lot of the songs you did. I even like how you guys redid Spaceballs. I thought I thought that was absolutely like awesome. I actually I played your whole album because right now I'm at work in my lunchroom. I played your whole album all morning, and everybody's like, "I really dig this stuff. I really dig this." I'm like, "Hell yeah, dude, it's shredding." So,
Oh, that's
of course, man. So, before we get into the new album and the aspects of it all, one thing I like to do in my interviews is get to know my artists a little bit. And
okay.
and,
Yeah.
and one of the things I always like asking is how did you get into music when you were younger? Were you inspired? Are your family musicians? Like how did you embark on your metal majestic journey?
Yeah. Well, I think it, not none of my parents were actually musicians, but my mom, she was a lot into rock music. Because I know even before I was born, when I was in the belly thingy, she took me to concerts already, to Def Leppard and stuff like that. And I think I was 4 years old when she gave me the first Def Leppard Greatest Hits live CD, whatever it is. After it's called The Vault, I think, which is an awesome live CD by Def Leppard actually. And then I just continued listening since I guess the age of 4, really. And then when I was 7, I started playing piano at the music school. And after a while, when I got a little older, I was into guitar. And then I got in love with Lemmy, I think it was. So I think I was around 12. It was all about Lemmy, and I wanted to play bass like Lemmy because he was the coolest guy on earth.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. So how long have you been doing bands for before you were in Majestica? Did you have a lot of projects before this project?
Um, let's see, because Majestica was a band called Rainseed before, and I was in Rainseed as well.
Oh yeah, I
Uh,
didn't know that. That's awesome.
so and Rainseed has done, I don't 6 albums, I think.
Wow.
Uh, but I joined on the second to last one, so I've been in Rainseed for 2 albums basically, and 2 with Majestica now. Before that, I played with some other bands. I went to MI in LA, the school in LA.
Yep.
And then I came back home and joined Rainseed. So I was in a few bands, small bands, and then during the Rainseed years and the break between Rainseed and Majestica, which was like 5 years, I played with a few other bands called Captain Crimson, which is like a retro rock band. Another band called JD Miller, which is like more radio rock style, yeah. American style, I think it is. And then lately, I've also been playing with a band called Athanasia, with a guy called Caleb from the US.
Oh, that's awesome, man. So you're very busy these days. You were telling me like you run the Instagram. Does a lot of the band manage itself, or do you usually like let the label take a lot of those charges? How does that inner working work with the band?
I do everything basically. I'm doing the management part, and Tommy is like the main, songwriter. We do write stuff together, but he's the main songwriter, and I'm like the manager guy in the band, and that's how it works. Then we have a booking agent who helps us a little bit in Europe, and then Nuclear Blast helps us with the label stuff. But I try to do most of it myself, actually.
That's awesome, man. And it's really inspiring. You said you went to MI and all that. Like, you must have been pretty driven from the very beginning to like be a musician and be a part of this industry. Because I know a lot of people, they strive to do that, and there's certain hurdles that just get extremely hard. Did you ever have a low point where things got really hard before you hit that next level in your musical career?
Of course, I did sometime. I did, and then at that point, I moved to London. I moved to London to study music business instead. So I took a little break from playing, but that was a very short break. And then I went to some music business style university, and then I didn't finish that. I went off to an internship at Nuclear Blast actually for a few weeks, and then I moved back to Sweden and finished off Above the Sky.
That is so amazing, man. That is like super inspiring because I'm a big dreamer too, man, and I work countless hours. So I love to see somebody like you who's worked from the very beginning and bounced all over the world, to accomplish his dream. And it's super great to hear, man. I like it.
Yeah, I never gave up. I've just been working very hard, and and I've done mistakes and all that stuff as well, and that's why I cannot do everything by myself these days when it comes to managing the band and everything. I've learned the hard way.
That's awesome. That's awesome, dude. So, one of the things I like about Majestica, you guys are high energy. I don't really like putting bands into like a genre, but I find you kind of like almost like fairy tale, kind of like power metal, where it's a lot of stories are told. It's very passionate, even with Tommy's vocals and just the way you guys organize your music videos. And even just like I was seeing the Ghost of Christmas Past, like I watched that for the first time last night, and like since I don't know a whole lot about the industry, I don't know how to wrap my head around a music video like that, like how much production actually goes into it. When you guys try to come up with like the production for that, like how does that go? Like, do you have to find like a special effect artist and all these people? Like when you guys have an idea like that for an awesome song like that, like what's the beginning process?
The Ghost of Christmas Past, that's a really funny one because I did it myself.
Oh, you did a great job.
No, so it's we came up with the idea, and there is some more videos coming, and there is also some other really cool video material coming up for this album. Really cool, actually. And when we figure it out, we just do it. We just find someone who wants to do the same thing we want, basically. So we kind of call people like, hey, we're gonna do this. Can you do it, or can you not do it? And we don't really let them have anything to say about it. They just have to work with what we think it should be, basically. And like Tommy, he is, when he has an idea, that's where it goes. He's like, this is the idea. It has to be this way, and he's very like picky. Like it has to be exactly like this. Otherwise, it's not good. And I'm like, no one will actually notice if you are standing over there or there, because no one actually knows the story of what you are doing, because we're not telling the story at this very moment. And he's like, well, it's very important that I'm standing over here with my hat on like this. Oh well, yeah, yeah. And then on the video, the clip is not even there. But then, so for the because the Christmas passed, it worked like this: that we had Nuclear Blast had a guy who does the lyric videos for a few bands, and he helped us doing the lyric video. So we came up with the idea how it was going to look, and we recorded it ourselves with a green screen because all the the shadows, the silhouettes of people in the background, that's us. That's we recorded them ourselves. And also then the Tommy singing the vocals we did that, and then we sent it to this other guy who did the rest to put it all together. And that was kind of it was a good thing because it was a very short amount of time, and to be honest, the video was released at 2 o'clock on Friday, and it was done at 1:30. So half an hour before it was released. That is the moment it was done.
When you guys work on a video like that and get it finished, do you have to get the final okay from the label, or do they just let you have creative control and as far as like releasing it, and you guys having the final say on the edits?
We have the final say. This one I just sent them. Here it is. They didn't even know. I sent them a little sample of the video the day before, so they knew what it's going to look like, basically. And that was it. They didn't know anything really.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man.
30 minutes before the actual release, that's when they knew something.
That's amazing, man. And I think it's so great that you guys do a lot of it yourself. You have a lot more creative control. I think I think that's perfect the way you do it, where you're able to make it to be exactly how you want it to be. It's like having less cooks in the kitchen, And I feel a lot of times when like people hire out for all these things, maybe a logo doesn't look right, a video doesn't look right, and it seems like a lot of bands these days are starting to do everything themselves. The video editing, the recording, the promotion. It's very, and then the label kind of like helps you like, get it out there a little bit more. What kind of advice would you give people who want to start doing everything themselves, like as far as like music videos and recording?
Advice, it's yeah, that's a hard one, really. I think try to focus on one thing first. Don't do everything at the same moment. Don't start recording and doing your music video and everything right away. You have to focus on one thing first. Like if you're working on learning how to record, and you then really like work hard on that and figure it out, and then hire someone to do your music videos, to actually know how to record. And when you know that, then you can move on to the next thing. So, and I mean, there is no you can't take any. There's no simple way of learning these things. You have to do it properly. You have to work hard, and you have to spend lots of hours to learn how to record and make it sound right. It's not an easy process, really. So don't give up. Like, work hard with the first thing, and then go to the next one. That's what I would say.
Absolutely, man. I completely agree with that. So, like I said, I love the album Above the Sky. I think it's amazing. I believe you have an album before that. I need to go in and dive into that. But the new album that I got promotion for, A Christmas Carol. So is the whole album going to be based on Christmas?
Yeah, the whole album is based on the novel of Charles Dickens called A Christmas Carol.
Yeah,
which there is lots of movies about, so you can watch some movies. There's one with Jim Carrey, I think, which is really good. I think it's Jim Carrey. Is it Jim Carrey?
I think one of them's Patrick Stewart, right? I think, or like I forget. Yeah, I know there's one.
I'm really bad with actors. I don't know. I hope I shouldn't say Jim Carrey and then it's not Jim Carrey. It's someone else. I don't know.
Are you Googling?
I'm gonna look at EMDB. A Christmas Carol. Well, yeah, this is stupid. But so the whole album is about Christmas, and the whole album is built in a way that it's it's our power metal. It's power metal originals from Majestica, like on the old album, but it has recognizable Christmas melodies baked into to every song, and it's all about the same story. It's all about the same theme, and we're going through like the novel, like how the story is, and it's following it from beginning till the end. Then it's not enough songs to actually cover everything in the story, so we are kind of taking all the important parts. So there is still a movie that is based around a book and everything. It's still a lot of the stories actually missing, but all the important parts are there. But there is no Christmas covers or anything. It's just the melodies from famous songs, and actually some of them are only known in Sweden. So it's Swedish traditional Christmas music. Some of them, which probably most people outside of Sweden have never heard.
That's awesome, man. I love that, and I love bands from Sweden. I swear, sometimes I feel like I need to live on the other side of the world because there's so many great metal bands out of there, and I'm so excited. So when you guys release each single, is it gonna go just to follow the story, or how are you guys gonna release all your singles since there's so many parts to the story?
Yeah, so it's not gonna be in the right way. The first one is the single that we released, "Ghost of Christmas Past," is the second ghost that is in the story. So it's like the fourth song on the album.
Yeah,
so it's not in the story. It's not in the storyline. No.
So because I know isn't it like the Christmas past, present, and future, right? I believe
that's right.
Yeah, so
that's right. So, and the songs are called "Ghost of Christmas Past," "Ghost of Christmas Present," and
future, right? Maybe, or
no, it's not future. We had future. It's the "Ghost of Christmas to Come." It's the "Ghost of Christmas to Come." It's that title. It actually said Christmas future, "Ghost of the Christmas Future" before, but it's not on the album.
A side question: did you ever used to watch Beavis and Butthead back in the day?
Oh yeah, I did.
I remember they did that with Beavis and Butthead. They did a Christmas episode about Butthead, and they were talking about the Christmas past, present, and future on like how he treated Beavis.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one. I need to look that one up.
Yeah, you'll definitely get a kick out of it if, especially if you're writing this album. Like, you're gonna get an absolute massive laugh, and I think that's so great, man. And I'm super excited for this album. Like I said, you guys are so explosive. What kind of plans do I know in Europe? It seems like things are opening up a little quicker than they are in the States, as far as like the COVID regulations. What kind of plans are you guys trying to do for 2021? Is there a tour in the works, festivals in the works?
No, actually, they are closing down Europe again. So that's what's happening right now. Yeah, I think France is closing tomorrow again, and countries are starting to close down. So it's all closing again because it's the second wave or something like that. So we probably are not going to tour next year, no. But we have all the festivals that were booked for this summer. They are moved to next year. So we have all the dates that were supposed to be this summer, next summer. Then we were supposed to be on tour with Twilight Force. That one is postponed. I don't know. We will probably not be on that one. So we don't have really any more plans. Maybe because it's so hard to make any plans. We would like to make a Christmas tour, kind of showing this whole musical style album with, theatrical parts and all that, like the proper way with everything, all in
like Broadway-ish.
Dressed up. That would be the dream, but we don't know what's happening, so it's hard to say. And it's also really hard to book something. In the spring, probably no one is going to tour anyway. But it's really hard to book anything because most of the dates are already taken by postponed tours next year.
So a lot of artists, a lot of bands, they rely on the tours for as far as like financial income. What is something you've had to do to acclimate ever since the touring has gone down? Like how have you adapted?
For me, it hasn't really been any different because I have my other work as a teacher. I'm a music teacher as well. I'm just going to the school. Though the sad thing is I still lost a lot of money because I'm also a touring sound engineer for bands in Sweden. So I've lost all that work and all the shows with Majestica and other bands and all that stuff. So I've lost a lot of money, but I still have a regular income from my teaching, so it's all fine.
Good, man. Well, I'm super happy. Well, I'm super excited for the new album, Christmas Girl. I love everything you guys do. Before I let you go, we're going to go into the second part. I'm going to ask you 5 questions, and you have less than 1 minute to answer each question. Chris, are you ready?
Yeah. Let's go. I'm going to have a sip of my beer here because I.
All right. In a zombie apocalypse, you only get one weapon to kill the zombie horde. What is that one weapon?
It's going to be a loud bass amplifier because I'm going to just blow them away.
Okay. If you could play with any band for one set in any era, alive or dead, what band would that be?
Black Sabbath for sure. Black Sabbath, yeah.
I like it. All right. If you could have any theme music for yourself when you walk into any room, what would your theme song be?
Ooh. Rainbow in the Dark with Dio.
I like it. Is there a band in the music industry or artist that maybe doesn't get they maybe get a lot of hate that you really like?
Oh. No, I think I just listen to bands that everyone loves, I guess. I don't
know. How about this? Do you think what band do you think is underrated that maybe should get more attention?
Yeah, that's a good question as well. Now I'm just thinking of Rob Zombie at the moment because I think he is doing great music and I think he deserves to be even bigger. I know he's really big in the States, but he's not as big over in Europe, and I think he deserves to be better or bigger here.
Yeah, you know what? Now that you say that, I kind of noticed that I don't see him on a lot of the bills over there. As far as like, it's kind of like it's weird. Even I've noticed even some American bands are bigger in Europe than they are in the United States.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
like
totally.
Like one of my favorite bands, Trivium. They'll play here like as a co-headliner, like to like Arch Enemy and play like these venues. But over there, they're getting like 10 times the amount of attention. I notice there's a crazy dynamic,
Yeah, it really is, and I think it's the same for some European bands. They are bigger in the States than they are here.
Yeah, I believe so.
Somehow, it's like.
Oh, I was gonna say, I believe Nightwish.
Yeah.
I believe I saw something about like the venues here. A lot of them weren't like as big as they are in Europe, and in Europe they'll sell out venues, and here it's kind of a little different.
Yeah, I saw them I saw them a couple of years ago, and it was 18,000 in a really, for their own headline show. That's pretty big.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. Okay.
But I know another band now. I know another band, and it's a band called Witchcraft. If you know them, Witchcraft deserves to be bigger.
Yeah,
that's it's like retro doom metal.
All right. Tell me one food you think is absolutely disgusting.
Food?
Yeah.
Oh, fish. I hate fish.
Okay. All right. Last question. Who was your childhood crush?
Maybe. Maybe. Well, that's a hard one. It could be Beyonce, or it could be Angelina Jolie. Yeah, it's Angelina Jolie when she was, Tomb Raider, Lara Croft. That would be my crush, I think.
I like it. Chris, Thank you so much for making time today for my show, The Metal Mixtape. It was a total pleasure. I can't wait to. My lunch is about over. I can't wait to go play your music and blast it for my employees.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Just blast it for them. Go on.
Can you do me one last favor before I let you go?
Yeah.
Could you say this is Chris David from Majestica, and you're listening to The Metal Mixtape?
Absolutely.
When you're ready.
Hello, this is Chris David from Majestica, and you're listening to Metal Mixtape.
Thank you so much, brother, for making time. I can't wait to air this interview. Much love, man.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And Jim Carrey was in A Christmas Carol.
Oh, yeah. Good. All right.
Great.
I'm going to try to stay in touch, so read your messages.
Yeah. I'm gonna read the Instagram. I'm gonna check it. I'm sure. I will look it up. have a good one.
Hey, Chris.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Hi. Goodbye.
Bye.